Hello everyone, this is Taria from Hidden Truth Tarot, and this is going to be for the Sun, Moon, and Rising sign of Scorpio. Scorpio, this is your monthly general reading for October 2019. Now I'm using the Psychic Tarot to pull a major theme for you and energy for the month of October. I'm also going to be pulling several fortune reading cards, and I will be using the Santa Marta Tarot deck for your monthly general messages. And Scorpio, at the end of your reading, I will be pulling several life purpose cards for you as well. Beautiful. So you have authority coming up here. That's a very powerful and bold energy to have. Thank you, Spirit. What extra messages do you have for Scorpio? Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. All right, beautiful. You have the Sun. Thank you, Spirit. And you have the Owl. Beautiful. All right. Thank you, Spirit. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign, Spirit, October 2019. What does Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign need to know? Thank you, Spirit. Scorpio. Thank you, Spirit. All right, Scorpio, we are ready. Situation of the month. You have the Six of Pentacles. Crossing you is the Queen of Cups. In your foundation is the Ten of Wands. Recent past energy, you have Temperance. Crowning you is the Eight of Pentacles. Your new circumstance is the Knight of Pentacles. What you need to know is the Eight of Cups. Your environment is Judgment. Your advice from Spirit is the Four of Swords. And your outcome energy is the Three of Wands. Beautiful. All right, Scorpio, give me just a moment here. All right, so let's take a look at your major energies. So we have authority coming up here. This is the energy of Aries. This talks about asserting yourself, starting new projects. This talks about you having power and control over your empire, what you're working towards, what your goals are. I feel for many of you, you are laying a strong, unshakable foundation, okay? Very positive right here. So for some of you, I am getting that maybe in your recent past you were feeling blocked, or there needed to be within a situation you needed to take back power and control, and you have done so at this time. And this also, I'm getting the energy of, for many of you, you could be in a leadership role as well. Some of you may be mentors. You may be like a boss or a manager, or somebody that is head and have over a company, and you have people working under you as well. Now you have Sun. Open your heart to the emotions growth ahead. To the enormous growth ahead. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Sun, open your heart to the enormous growth ahead. So this is talking about growth and expansion with what it is that you're working towards. You having a lot of creativity and success. Now you have the Owl. There are spiritual messages and great wisdom to be found during this period of transition. Really pay attention to your dreams, signs, symbolism, and synchronicities as well, Scorpio. All right, your situation of the month is the Six of Pentacles. So the Six of Pentacles is an energy of having a very generous spirit. This talks about, you know, you being, I feel for many of you Scorpios, you're givers, you help others. But there's also a need here for there to be balance within a give and take situation. If you are the one that's always giving to others, you need to make sure that someone's not just taking. There needs to be a balance, because when you have balance, Scorpio, it allows for you to be open to receive gifts and abundance from the universe as well. Now you have the Queen of Cups crossing you. This is your energy, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. You know, I feel at this time your intuition is on point. You're highly sensitive. You understand that psychic energy that is flowing within you and through you. And it's going to be very important that, you know, you really tap into your inner well of knowledge, especially if you have decisions to make in the month of October. Maybe it's people that you're going to be meeting or coming across. You need to go with that gut instinct, okay? And really pay attention what your inner guidance is telling you. Maybe about a current situation or a person or maybe a job, all right? Now you have the Ten of Wands in your foundation. This is what's moving you forward. This is what's driving you. This talks about completion. This talks about you letting go of something that's been a very heavy load or maybe a burden that you've been carrying around. And it's time to release that. Once you release it, you can start over with that Ace of Wands energy, which talks about that creative vision. You going after something that you have a lot of passion and desire about and taking action on it. Now you have Temperance coming up here in your recent past energy. This is the energy of Sagittarius. You know, Temperance talks about balanced relationships again. So this could be something that you are working on, balancing energies. Maybe you're coming, because this is in your recent past, this is something that you are continuously working on. Some of you may be making agreements and compromises as well, is what I'm getting from Spirit. And there's a need for you to believe in yourself, Scorpio. This is a spiritual alchemical card. I feel for many of you, you're making adjustments. You're making sure that, you know, you're putting in the proper time and effort with what it is that you're working towards. And it's going to have the best outcome for you. Now you have the Eight of Pentacles in your crowning position. This is what you know. This is what you're thinking about. And I love this. You are a master over what it is that you're working towards, what you're doing. You're highly skilled. You know, the Eight of Pentacles talks about you being very diligent, disciplined, and knowledge on what it is that you're working at. Some of you may be thinking about going back to school, getting your master's degree. You may be thinking about taking some extra classes or courses to gain that mastery over your skill. I feel that whatever this mastery is, some of you are very close at achieving it, or you are in the midst of it at this time. And this is going to bring about long-term financial gain for you in your situation. Now we have the Knight of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy as your new circumstance. This is a slow-moving energy, but it's a beautiful energy. Whatever this knight sets out to do, he gets it done and he doesn't overlook anything, okay? So that's what's positive about it. This talks about you being very hardworking, responsible, and being persistent and realistic when it comes to you reaching your goals, especially when it comes to your finances. So beautiful energies. What you need to know is the Eight of Cups. So Spirit is saying here, it's time to move on. You're changing direction here. You know, you've collected all of these cups. You know, it could have been challenges, obstacles. It could have been good things. But still, there's a need to move forward. And some of you are going after that ninth cup. And that ninth cup represents that wish fulfillment, that emotional satisfaction that's gained with you going after something and achieving something that you truly want in your life. Now in your environment, you have Judgment. All right, so this talks about rite of passage, second chances. You're going through a major transformation at this time, and there's a need for you to, you know, close out a cycle, a chapter in your book of life, Scorpio, and take that knowledge that was gained from the experiences that you've been through, especially the challenges or obstacles, and put that in your spiritual tool belt so you can tap into that inner well of wisdom that you hold within you, and it'll keep you from repeating any cycles in the present or in the future that you're not wanting to repeat. And this is going to allow you to transition into a new beginning. Now, your advice from Spirit is the Four of Swords here. All right, so I feel for many of you, there's a need for rest, maybe to take a temporary retreat, maybe a vacation, maybe take a day off. Maybe this is a time of pause and reflect as well. Maybe there's a need for some time of contemplation before moving forward or making any decisions. Now, your outcome energy is the Three of Wands, and I love this. This is beautiful. This is that energy of you've, you know, planted the seeds, you've nurtured them, and now there's growth and expansion. There's an abundance of prosperity. Whatever you've put your time and effort in is coming back. This is the energy of waiting on your ships to come in. This is the energy of you having foresight about where you're going. Thank you, Spirit. This is a beautiful reading, Scorpio. Like I said, with authority here, for many of you, you are taking back that power and that control over your situation, over your circumstances. You're laying a strong foundation that's going to be unshakable. Some of you may be leaders. Some of you may be in a leadership role where, you know, you have people that look up to you as well. You have the Sun. Open your heart to the enormous growth ahead. And, you know, your outcome energy talks about that growth and expansion that's coming up here for you. So this is coming up twice. You have out. There are spiritual messages and great wisdom to be found during this period of transition. So pay attention to your intuition. Pay attention to signs, symbolism, and synchronicities that are taking place within your life. It's going to be very important for you. And give me just a moment here. I'm looking at something. You have two 8s here. You have the number 88. That may mean something to some of you. Go look that up. There's a message for you. Google it. Go to YouTube. Look up your angels' numbers, and there's a message for you. You also have the number 4 coming up here twice, so 44. Go look that up. There's messages there for you. Like I said, make sure that all your relationships, there's balance here, and I do see that you have been and are continuously working on that. It allows for you to be open to receive gifts from Spirit, all right? And with this Queen of Cups, listen to that intuition of yours. Tap into your inner guidance before moving forward and when you're making decisions. For many of you, you're letting go of whatever's been a heavy load or burden in your situation, which is going to allow for you to have a new beginning with a creative vision. There's enthusiasm and there's passion here about what you're working towards. With the Temperance here in your recent past energy, this is you really putting in the work, making adjustments to make sure that things are just right. The 8 of Pentacles here in your crowning position, you are mastering what you're working towards. This is going to bring about financial long-term gain for you. And, you know, with the Knight of Pentacles as your new circumstance, this is, you know, like I said, you're not going to overlook anything with this energy here, because you are maybe going at a slower pace, but you know in the long run, it's going to bring about financial gain that's going to be long-lasting in your situation. Always remember, slow and steady wins the race, Scorpio. Now we have the 8 of Cups in the position of what you need to know. You're changing direction. You're moving on. Some of you are going after that 9th cup. You want the emotional satisfaction and fulfillment in your life, and you're going after it. You're going after a dream. Some of you, you're tired of what you're tired of maybe what you've been doing, and you're ready to go to something different. You're ready to move on. Now, judgment in your environment, this talks about Rite of passage, second chances. This is you going through a major transformation and transitioning into a new beginning. Some of you may need to take a break. You may need to ground yourself and meditate with this Four of Swords. That's going to be very important. Pause and reflect before moving forward or making any major decisions. This Three of Wands is just very positive. There's an abundance and prosperity and growth. What you've been putting out is coming back to you. And for many of you, you have foresight about where you're headed and how you're going to get there. Thank you, Spirit. Talk to your angels. Beautiful. Strength. Options. All right. Talk to your angels instead of worrying. Ask for divine guidance. Strength. Everything you've experienced in your life has made you strong and courageous. Options. Consider the career possibilities that are open to you, Scorpio. Beautiful. All right, Scorpio, please leave me a comment. Let me know how these energies are playing out in your situation. For those of you that celebrate Halloween, happy Halloween to you. And I send you all my love, wishes, and blessings, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye, Scorpio.